Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you 5 inspirational book recommendations. If you're looking for inspiration right now and if you're not able to get it from anyone around you, I'm sure that these 5 books can help you, because of these 5 books, 4 books are so short such that you can just sit down and read them within a day, and only one book is a bit huge. And of these 5 books, 2 are memoirs, one is a biography, one is a general non-fiction book, and one is a general fiction book. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. The first book that I'm recommending today is the biography that I was talking about, and it is Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. Now, this book is the biography of Professor Mori, who was one of the professors of the author, Mr. Mitch Albom. And what happens to Mr. Mori, the specific thing about Mr. Mori is that he's past 80 now, and the problem with Professor Mori is that he has had this very specific kind of nervous disorder, which has started to paralyze each and every part of his body step by step. So the general result is that he's a person who cannot do any of the physical tasks that most people do in their lives, just in order to lead a really normal routine life. And he's not even able to do that much. Despite all the things that are going on in his body, his mind hasn't worn out in any way. He keeps his mind fresh and energetic, and he spreads that energy to everyone who's surrounding him. He actually hosts his own funeral before he dies, because he wants to hear people say something about him, what they'd say after he's dead. And it was just so good to read. And if you're a person who's looking for a lot of inspiration, then you have to read this book, because it's not even 200 pages long. It will just hardly take 2 or 3 hours for you to read, and I am sure that this book has the potential to change people's lives if they just sit down and read this. The next one is the non-fiction book which I was talking about. We can also consider this one as a self-help book, and it is Art Matters Because Your Imagination Can Change the World, written by Neil Gaiman and illustrated by Riddel. Okay, now I listened to this as an audiobook. I told that Tuesdays with Morrie is so short that you can read it within 2 or 3 hours of time. But the thing about Art Matters is that it's even more short, and the audiobook for this itself just runs for maximum of an hour. Okay. Generally, audiobooks are narrated in such a slow pace, with such a slow narration, and even with that slow narration, it just lasts for 50 to 60 minutes. And I'm sure that if you read this book, you can get that motivation in order to imagine stuff and represent your creativity, manifest your creativity in some way or the other. If you're a book lover, you're going to like this book even more, because in this audiobook, it's also available as physical copies, but I've listened to this as an audiobook only. Neil Gaiman actually talks about the importance of libraries and what is the power of libraries and the impact that they can have on the minds of people, and as a result of that, the imagination can bubble up in people's minds and can result in creativity which can actually change the world. It is so practical in every sense, and the best thing about this audiobook is that it's narrated by Neil Gaiman himself, and his accent and tone, his voice, they just elevate the experience of reading the book to another level. And I'm sure that if you read this, you will get inspired in one way or the other. The next book in the list is the fiction that I was talking about, and it's actually a classic, and it is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. Now, in this book also we have an old man, just as we saw in Tuesdays with Morrie. This is a fictional tale. So the old man is actually a fisherman, and he has this friend who's a little boy. Okay, he is also a fisher person, and what happens is, every time the old man goes to the sea in order to catch some fish, he always fails and he comes out empty-handed without catching any fish. Okay, his fishing experience has always been a failure, and due to that he has like multiple problems in his life. He's also mocked by the other young fishermen, as it's quoted in the story. And the thing about this book, the bottom line of this book is that you can keep on trying for what you want, okay, and the more you get defeated, the stronger you get. And anytime when you try to accomplish something and you fail, or you feel like you failed, you can be defeated, but you can be destroyed, but you cannot be defeated. And that's the main thing in life. The more you keep trying to attain something, the easier it will get for you, and also the more you get defeated, the stronger you get in life. The last 2 books, or the memoirs that I was talking about, of these, the first one is How to Be a Bawse by Lilly Singh. As you all know, Lilly Singh is one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. Okay, and she's simply the biggest female YouTuber in the world. The things that she has accomplished those are actually the things that formulate this book as a whole. And the best thing about this book is that it's very, very relatable. Okay, it might seem like yeah, Lilly Singh is a celebrity. She might have been brought up in a rich way and many other things, but the struggles that people go through in order to get certain places are things which we don't get to see. And it's books and biographies or memoirs like this one which just give us a glance into their life and pick up inspiration from that, because most things that happen to us must have and have also happened to them, if you ask me. And despite all those things, they just kept on pushing on. She just kept on pushing on, and she has done certain things which are so difficult. Okay, she's proved to be very much worthy, being a brown person in a, how to say, crowd of white people, and she has paved her way as a woman. Though we say that men and women are equal, or in order to achieve anything, the path for women is always tougher compared to that for a man. Though we accept it or not, that's the truth. And apart from this, she's also bisexual, and she includes that also as a part of her diversity in the group. I think her story is something which can inspire lot of people in many different ways, and this is one of the most important books that I have read when it comes to inspiration, and that's why I'm recommending this one. The last book that I'm recommending is the biggest book in this pile, and it is Becoming by Michelle Obama. Now, this is a book that's the memoir of Michelle Obama. The best thing about this book, if you ask me, is that it's relatable in many ways to all the people around us. Okay, and first, before picking up this book, I thought that it might be a political memoir, and I'm a person who's not at all interested in politics. Okay, and it's something which I don't share interest in of many things that I'm not interested in, and I just kept on hearing that it is so easy and it is so relatable in many ways. I had this doubt that if it's a political book, it's not going to be relatable to most of the population on the earth, because not everyone is a politician and not everyone is interested in politics. And then I went and picked this up, and I can easily say that of the 100% that this book has, only 10% of the book actually deals with the political lives of the Obamas. The other 90% of the book actually focuses on the familial life and the personal life of the Obamas, and that's the way by which this book succeeded, if you ask me. Also, the writing of Michelle Obama is so simple. Okay, it's so crunchy, if you ask me, and you can just ease your way into the story and just get inspired very easily. Okay, she talks about various other stuff. I'm sure that everyone will be able to relate with at least one of the incidents that she's talking about, because those are things which happen in every person's life. Okay, and how we make ourselves make our way through those stuff and come out in flying colors, that's what matters the most. And it was so inspirational in many ways, and that's why I keep on recommending this book. Okay, that's all for today, and if you did enjoy watching this video and found it useful, don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel, because I publish new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.